Hey everybody, it's Bridget, Compton's finest. Been there, done that, and I'm here because a friend of mine, Shantiv, you guys probably seen his channel. He's got a lot of motivational and encouraging words for people, and he is actually one of my best mentors. He he's been there through all my ups, all my downs. He's been my friend for a long time. Just friends, nothing ever past that. And he just has always given me very encouraging words and very good advice. And a lot of people in the world today don't realize that there's people out there that have been through things worse than them. And we always have this thing where we all want to feel sorry for ourselves because we suffer from this and we suffer from that. And you got to always look at it like there's somebody out there who's been through worse, who's survived worse, who's you know made it through. And then there's those ones that just let the past just destroy them, and I thank God that, like, my past has actually encouraged me and it has molded me into a stronger woman. Everything I've been through in my life is been a learning experience. It was not all for nothing. I wouldn't change anything because I wouldn't be the woman I am today. I wouldn't be able to be on this camera talking to you and talking to you about life experiences and a little bit about things I've been through. And I never thought that I would be able to express the way I've lived my life verbally. Always wanted to write a book. I always, want to do something like that because it's more private. But this is kind of more healing, I guess you could say, because, a lot of people are damaged. And when you're damaged, you either succumb to it or you heal yourself. And right now, that's kind of like the process that I'm in. I'm healing myself. You know, um, I look at myself today versus 5 years ago, and I have accomplished so much. I've lost a lot in between, making wrong decisions, trusting the wrong people. And through it all, though, it made me realize and look at myself and what I was doing wrong, what was wrong with me. I don't sit around thinking, oh, they did this to me and it's all their fault and blame everybody in the world. No, it's my fault. It's my fault because of choices I made, people I chose to be around that I knew were not there for the right reasons. And I probably wasn't there for the right reasons either, just wanted somebody to be there and just wanted to not feel lonely. You kind of settle for stuff. And, from the life I've lived and the things I've been through, like, I never have had a real relationship that you build as a friendship and then you graduate. It always seemed like when I got with somebody, we meet, we have sex, and then it's all of a sudden you're in a relationship and there's no, like, you guys don't even know each other. You guys are just sitting there just playing it by ear. And then the more you're with them and around them, you see how totally different you two are and how uncompatible you are. And like, I always was into, like, tough guys and guys that I felt protected by. And the funny part is the ones that I always felt safe with were the ones that usually hurt me. There's been a couple, they know who they are, but that were not like that. But for the most part, most men that came into my life, they either wanted just to lay up with me or they just wanted to take whatever they could from me. And like, I've never been the type to, like, dwell on losing anything because I believe in God. Every day of my life is a battle. Every day I fight and struggle to, keep from falling or keep from losing and, letting myself sway from what I'm trying to do in my life at this point in time. I've got kids that, have followed in my footsteps, unfortunately, and they're going through their own struggles right now. And so I'm more focused on, trying to get my kids through what they're going through, and that's a healing process for me in itself, because kids can be very evil sometimes, and they can say evil things, and they can blame you for anything wrong in their life, and sometimes it is your fault and sometimes it's not. At the end of the day, everybody has choices, and it's up to you what kind of path you want to choose. And me, I didn't get to start wanting things and wanting more for myself until I got at least in my 40s, probably around my 40s. I didn't do a whole lot trying to get there at that point, but within the last 5 years, I'd say I'm more in tune with myself. I'm more, how would you say it? I'm more willing to learn and to learn about myself. And my first goal in learning about myself is learning to like me, learning to love me, and learning to accept me for the good, for the bad, for the person I was, and for the person I want to be. And I watched when I found out that Sean was doing his YouTube videos and stuff like that. Like, I've been around him a long time, and every time he's ever spoken to me, he always gave me positive feedback. Like, he never made me feel down or out, or made me feel like I was a less of a woman because of the lifestyle I've led. And whenever it was a problem, he'd give me advice, and he'd tell me what I did wrong. He told me how I got to where I was at that point, and why things were going the way they were going. And then afterward, explain to me how not to find myself in a situation like that again. And while he's talking to me, I just remember thinking, man, he is just got this power in his lecturing. Like, it's not like you feel like you're being chastised. It's more like you're taking heed to what he's saying, because his words are so powerful, and you're feeling them because you understand, you see, he like opens your eyes, your mind to things. And so that's really what made me decide to start kind of doing my little topics and stuff like that. I plan on doing some work with him also on a couple of ideas that we have, well, to do together and stuff. And I feel like I have something for women that have been in my shoes. I feel like I've been through struggles, and I've come through them. How God got me through. It was not one person in my life that has ever walked with me the whole way. I haven't really had anybody in my life that has been solid. There was one person that really we tried, and we stuck it out for as long as we could, but we just weren't for each other. But I never want to see anything bad happen to him. I wish him the best, and and I hope he feels the same about me. But at the end of the day, like, I've been by myself. I've fought in my battles inside, not even that necessarily in the streets or in the world, but inside. I've had a lot of battles, and I've had the devil attack me and attack my state of mind. And there's been times where I thought like I was gonna lose my mind, like, because it seems like sometimes when you come from where I come from and you live the life I've lived, you have to know how to maneuver in the streets. You have to know how to maneuver around people. You have to know how to read people. You have to understand what their intentions are with you. You can't just go and start hanging with people, and you see they're not doing right by other people. So what makes you think you're so special? Oh, just a minute. Speaking of Sean Tiff, he's calling me right now.